and good evening. Once again, we're here at Prife International's live stream, and I'm Dr. James Ong, your host. And with us today is an amazing lady, and really amazing lady. And her name is Miss Annette O Donnell. She's from the UK. And let's welcome her to our live stream. Hi, Annette, how are you? Oh, you have to unmute.
I've unmuted. Hi, Jen. I am very well, thank you. And I'm so grateful that you invited me here so I can share some hope for someone out there who needs to hear it.
I know. Well, actually, I joined several groups around the world with iTeraCare, and I picked up your story when someone, was having a discussion with you. And not only I picked up your story, but I felt you actually. So I think a lot of our viewers today, they are pretty curious, I would say. They're very curious. And I will have to bring you back to those days when things were a little bit uncomfortable. And that was, I believe, 28 years ago when you first discovered that you had cancer. Perhaps you would like to narrate your story and and tell us what happened.
Okay, so up until my 20s, life was amazing. I was healthy, I was positive, everything in life seemed to flow very well. But I got married to a wonderful man. We were on honeymoon in Israel. I just had a baby shortly before. And on this honeymoon, there was the most beautiful array of food on offer in the restaurant. And within a couple of days, I just said to my husband, I can't taste any of that food. There must be something wrong with my mouth because the food is beautiful, but I can't taste it. And he said, well, maybe you're just having a problem with taste buds, it's temporary. I wouldn't worry. When we get home, let's go and see your GP. So we came home, I saw my GP, and she said, well, actually, Annette, you're fine. It's only a small ulcer. And because you've got a baby and you're breastfeeding, you're bound to be very tired and very run down. So I went away thinking, I'm fine, it's fine. But the next day I had a random dentist appointment come through on my email. And it says, when you come in and have a check-up, you're overdue. So I went, expecting nothing apart from a dental checkup. But within moments, my dentist said to me, what is that on your tongue? What is that? I said, it's an ulcer. My GP said it's an ulcer. And being a dentist, they're very clever, aren't they, James? They're very, very...
they are.
They can tell a lot about your health through your teeth and your mouth. So within moments, he said, I'm very concerned. We need to do a biopsy of that ulcer. I was kind of like, how do you do a biopsy on a tongue? That sounds completely crazy.
Yeah,
so he said, I'll take a sliver, little sliver, and we'll send it off and we'll see what that's about. He said it wouldn't hurt, but he was fibbing. It really, 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 really hurt. So I was in a bit of shock at the time, had that done, went home, and then the phone rang the next day saying they'd analysed the biopsy and it was a cancer. They're not sure what type yet or how much cancer, but it was cancer in the lump that they thought was an ulcer. So I went back, had an examination, a thorough examination with my oncologist.
So it was actually on the tongue, was it? The cancer was on the
left side of my tongue was a little pimple, an ulcer. Yeah. So I'm sure many people have ulcers and they don't consider that being a problem, but because I couldn't taste my food, that and the ulcer made the dentist say, whoa. So he checked it out, sampled it, came back cancer, and then I had some MRIs and CT scans and that such, and they found out that I probably had it a year. It was about a year old, the tumour, and it was blowing down my throat, up my neck and towards my brain. So I've obviously got lots of scarring here, but I had the tumour, that was the end of it. So I've had it 12 months. Thank heavens my dentist spotted that. So I was rushed into Royal Marsden, which is a very famous cancer hospital in London. I think it's the best one, Royal Marsden. I was rushed in there. because I was so young. I was only 28 years old. They hadn't
Yeah.
seen that.
And you just had a
either.
baby. You just had a baby, you know, and it must be totally disheartening when you got the news at that time. I'm just trying to imagine what you went through, you know.
I didn't believe it, James. When they said to me that, I just thought, are you saying that because it can't be true? Why are you saying that? It can't be true because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's such a massive piece of news. But that was bad news. And then it got a bit worse because I saw the oncologist department and they said there's two options for you. Either we put steel rods in your tongue for 2 months and they'll radiate out radiotherapy and shrink and perhaps hopefully get rid of the tumour, or you have the tumour cut out. But we don't know how much we'll be cutting out because we haven't seen it yet. Until we're in there, we can't see how much we'll have to remove. So I just said to my consultant, I don't know what to choose. They both sound horrific. What one can I choose? And he said, well, the rods in your tongue aren't guaranteed to work, and there's more chance with the surgery to address the issue. So I opted for the surgery, went to surgery, and then I woke up the next day with half
your tongue.
I wasn't expecting that, James. I wasn't ready for that. I thought it'd be a little bit missing. It was half. So I woke up with a tracheostomy tube here. I was breathing through my throat, and my mouth and my face was completely rearranged.
So you had to put it back together again, right?
Well, you know the film Elephant Man, where the man's face is very deformed. I felt like Elephant Woman. That's how awful it was. This part of my face down here.
But hey, you look beautiful. You look beautiful, and I'm sure the viewers will agree. You look absolutely gorgeous. All right. So
it's been a long time to believe that, honestly, a long time, because it's not only the physical side, the emotional side. So you feel ugly and you feel deformed, and anyway. So I had the facial issue where that side was down here and that side was normal. So I had to have muscle from my tummy taken out and threaded through my head to lift my face up. So that was major surgery.
So you had to probably go through several surgeries, right? For
multiple surgeries, because I had lots of skin grafts. They built me. They built me a tongue. Isn't that amazing? They took part of my stomach away, and they replaced that. That's the shape of my tongue. They made me a tongue. I was like, oh, I hope that works. I hope that works. I hope it works. And it didn't. So after about 3 or 4 days, it started to rot. They took it away. So, but these days, people have that even now. That surgery happens and people are fine. But I was just unfortunate. So I had the skin graft. I had the head rebuilt. I've got muscles threaded through my cheekbone here, holding up my cheek. So I can feel that there still. So that was, as you can imagine, James, at 28 years old, a new mum. I couldn't believe that I couldn't talk, I couldn't swallow, I couldn't drink. I couldn't do anything. I had to all through my tummy in a tube. Because this part of my head was out of action. So I had a few years of recovery, trying to get my confidence to believe that I would survive and be okay, because you never guaranteed at that stage that it's not going to come back. But obviously it didn't. But yeah, a few years of learning to talk again, how to swallow, how to drink, how to blow. That was such a problem for me. I couldn't do that for so long.
I know. I mean, things that we take for granted, but for you, it's a big task, you know, just to do the simplest thing. Right?
And without the vanity part, I mean, I'm female, 28 years old, my life was ahead of me. And then when you wake up and look like something out of a horror movie,
I know.
Hard to,
so psychologically, it has taken its toll on you as well, you know.
I say that as bad as the surgery, because you don't want to be seen or heard, and on the phone you can't talk clearly because your mouth's not right. So I had a few years of really adjusting to the fact that I couldn't talk to my baby. My baby was here, and all I could say was to her. I couldn't say I love you or anyway. That was 4 or 5 years of real extreme challenge.
I know. And along the way, there were more complications, right? I mean, to your health. You have arthritic pain, you have problem with your muscle tendons. I think there's a lot of issues. Would you like to tell us
Yeah,
about it? Yeah.
I hope the viewers are ready for more disasters. About 3 years after my cancer surgery, I woke up one morning blind in one eye, blind, and partial sighting in the other. And my immediate thought was, oh no, please don't tell me that my head cancer, my mouth cancer's come back in my head, because to me that made sense. It must be back. So I was very, very fearful, very, very down, very, very upset. I had some scans done, and my oncologist said, no, it's not cancer, it's not cancer. We need to take a sample from your spine, your fluids, take it out, and we'll analyse what's going on in your body, why you've got an opposite issue. Anyway, the results came back, and they said, we're really sorry to say this is unbelievable, but you have multiple sclerosis.
Wow. That's,
I was, how high get through cancer and have MS? Where's that come from?
I know.
Because there's none in my family, James. There's no MS in my family.
I think so, you probably start questioning why me, right? I mean,
well, I just thought, yeah, why me? What's next? What's happening?
exactly.
Anyway, with the MS, they said to me, we're very sorry to say that when you had your blood transfusions, you had a lot of them for your head cancer.
Yeah.
You contracted multiple sclerosis through the blood. We didn't screen it. In 1994, they weren't screening for autoimmune diseases. So we're very sorry that that's what's happened. I was shocked and upset again, but I said, that's a small price to pay for being alive. Having MS is okay. It's okay. The cancer was far worse. So I adapted to life with MS. Lots of problems along the way, lots of medication. My eyesight suffered a lot because of the optic neuritis. A lot of people might know that with MS, sometimes your first diagnosis is an eye problem, optic neuritis, and that's what happened to me. So anyway, that was not very pleasant, James, but I got through it.
I have to say, and I mean, and I'm sure our viewers would agree with me, you are indeed a very courageous woman. I mean, it's really amazing. Your desire to continue with your life and to normalize. You don't make excuses with what you have or what you experience. You just want to get on with it. And you fought through it. You battled through it, basically. That's what you did. And
I think having children as well, I wanted them to have a role model mother that was not a fighter. So I'm not a fighter. I don't fight anything. I just adapt and understand why I've got the problem. But having children makes you really want to step up and be the best version of yourself you can be. So I was on a self-development path shortly after that. And I learned a lot about myself and my body and my thoughts and all that kind of stuff. So, so the MS thing happened in my early 30s. My 40s, James, were brilliant. I loved them. No problems, no dramas, no illness. But then, on my 50th birthday, I had an email from the local mammogram breast cancer service saying, you're 50, and at 50, women have a mammogram.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, went along. The results came back, and results were fine. I was so excited, went to Cuba on holiday with my daughter, had a lovely holiday, came back, the voicemail saying, oops, we've misread your mammogram, can you come straight back? So I went back to Luton and Bedfordshire Hospital here, and they said, you haven't got a lump. If you had a lump, you found it. There's no breast cancer lump. We can't find a lump, there is no lump, but you have a mass of cancer cells on your chest plate.
Wow.
Seriously, I was hitting loose of shocks in my life, but that was a big one. I thought, how the hell has that happened? Is that related to my other cancer 27 years ago? No, it's not. It's a random coincidence that you've got two separate cancers. So, of course, I had to have the oncologist report done. It was sent to America to have it screened, the biopsy. And it's a really high level of cancer. And they said you have to have surgery now,
Yeah.
radiotherapy, 30 rounds,
Mhm.
and chemotherapy. I said, I'm not having chemotherapy. I can't have that. I've got MS and my immune system's a bit weak. So I refuse chemo, and I have the surgery and I have radiotherapy. I found alternative ways, health ways to address my health issue without the chemotherapy. Some people need it and some people have it, but I couldn't because my immune system was so weak with the MS.
Yeah.
Anyway, this November, James, I'm 5 years all here.
Amazing.
I've won
I'm happy
another
for you.
battle. That's 3 battles
I know.
I've talked about. Head cancer, MS, breast cancer. I've won them all. I'm so happy because
Oh,
this iTeraCare business has come to me at the right time.
so tell us about iTeraCare. I mean, in the US, they call it a magic wand. What do you call it in UK? You know, and how did you get to know about it? Yeah.
We call it the magic wand. What happened was I've been studying quantum science and physics for a long time in my spare time. I love knowing about atoms and thoughts and energy and all that kind of stuff. I'm mad for that.
So do I.
I work with Bob Potzer, so I love knowing and just
Yeah.
broadening in my mind to understand why possibly I've got cancers. You know, it's all about thoughts, and it's about all sorts of things. So I have a fellow host called Karen Price here in the UK, and she has a Facebook group which is amazing. It's called the iTeraCare Quantum Thrivers, and we're the people in the UK that are coming together to help share this beautiful magic in this wand. So I found out about the wand. I knew it was coming. I didn't try it. I just bought it, James. I just ordered it.
Wow.
I thought, I know the technology. I know the blue light therapy. I know about the terahertz. I've learned, I've studied. So I bought it. And the first day it arrived, I thought, oh, I've got quite a few bits on my body that can help.
It resonates. It resonates with what you believe in, right? So
it does. But I knew that the energy would help my cells, and cellular health, as you know, James, is the important.
Maybe you can tell us, guide us through when you receive your magic wand. What did you do with it, and how did it help you?
It arrived from DHL. I opened it up. I was like, oh, I was a bit frightened at first. I thought, oh, I'm not sure. When something new arrives and it's new technology, I was for a few moments thinking, oh, I hope I do it right. Oh, I'm not sure. But it's such a simple thing to use. It's so easy to literally understand how it works. So I planted it on my foot because I've had a really bad arthritic foot for about a year, 8 months to a year. And out of all my problems, that may sound a bit funny. You might think, why is she complaining about her foot? But the foot hurt because every morning I couldn't get out of bed without limping. I was limping around the house, and everyone would say to me, oh my gosh, you're like an old woman. You can't walk properly. So the arthritis in my joint was really painful. So I got the wand, put it on the highest setting, and raised it over my ankle for about 4 minutes, 3 minutes actually. It was 3 minutes, I timed it, 3 minutes. And within those 3 minutes, it started to feel warm and lovely and more relaxed. And I thought, oh, that's nice. Put the wands away.
Awesome.
And then the pain was gone. But I went to bed and thought, I bet the pain comes back because it can't be that amazing. Surely it can't be. I woke up next morning. I ran down my stairs, James. I ran. There was no pain. And that was 5.5 weeks ago. And I haven't had
amazing. So it relieved your arthritic pain.
In 3 minutes.
Instantly.
1, 2, 3.
Wow. And aside from that, I mean, yeah, maybe you can tell the audience what else did you experience with this magic wand?
Oh no, there's several stories. I won't go on too much, but I'll tell you 3 or 4 more, which are very relevant for other people. I have a lot of scar tissue and scar grafts and skin grafts on my arm and around my body and my neck and my face. There's lots of scarring that you can't see, but it's all under there. I thought, I can't feel my face. I can't feel any of this. For 28 years, it's numb, it's dead. My tummy's where I have the graft there's no feeling. So I put the wands on these areas, the throat, the face, the arm. And do you know what? Within 4 days of doing it every day for a little time, I've now got tickles. I can feel tickles. I can feel nerves on my arm, which is incredible. So it's quite a dramatic scar there.
Amazing.
And on my neck.
What this means is that your cells have regrown. I mean,
I think the nerves, the
yeah,
nerve structure.
the nerve, yeah, it's working again, it's functioning again.
And I immediately thought, James, I've got friends, women, who've had cesareans and they've suffered with their, obviously, beautiful babies, but they have no feeling in their tummies for years and years and years, and they feel a bit robbed of their beauty in that area. So can you imagine now that people can do a wand on their old scar tissue, whether it's a cesarean or wounds or hearts or whatever, and the nerves are going to come back, and you'll feel it's going to liberate people's lives. They'll just have feeling back in their lives. It's incredible. I'm so overwhelmed by this. It's just amazing. So that was my other major thing.
And what else did you experience with this magic wand?
Obviously, it's not so apparent now, but before the wand came, I'd been trying to talk to you and swallowing all the time, like
your saliva, yeah.
And spitting. I'd be spitting a bit. This room would be a bit wet. But with the wands, I've been doing the wands under my chin here, but all my saliva glands are completely upside down. I've had a lot of surgery in my face. But I'm not spitting. My speech is clear.
Wow.
When I'm eating foods, I've been teaching my children to do the Heimlich maneuver, because if someone starts choking, they can help clear food. With my mouth, I've always been choking. Restaurants, at home, I haven't choked since having a wand. So the wand has given me back movement, sensitivity, taste buds, and it's dried up my excess saliva glands that were completely upside down for 28 years. That in itself is enough. It's amazing.
I know how, I mean, that is just a miracle in itself, really. I mean, the simplest things in life that we have taken for granted is such a chore. It's so difficult for you. And thanks to the iTeraCare device that it's able to help you. I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you. Yeah.
There's one more thing I'll explain about another thing that really affects a lot of people watching before I move on to another concepts of the ones, but for health-wise, I was driving last weekend in Glastonbury. I met my team, the iTeraCare Quantum Cybers in Glastonbury, and the sun was so low in the sky that it came to my windscreen and hit my eye. I was a bit blinded for a moment trying to drive. Some days my eye was very sore, it was weeping. I thought I had some damage, but with the wands, I've been wanding my eye, and all the wetness and the soreness has gone, the inflammation has gone.
The inflammation has gone, yeah. It's pretty good.
My eyes are back to normal now. But in doing that, I realized that, hey, I can read better. I've got cataracts in this eye.
Cataract, yeah. Well, you're now 50 plus, right? So
yeah, everyone does. It's not common. I was expecting it, but I suddenly thought, so I wear very focal glasses, which I'm not wearing much now because I don't need to. I can read my phone now without the glasses and doing that.
Squinting.
My eyesight has improved because of my sun damage in my eye. It must have been helping my optic nerves anyway. So
how many minutes do you blow every day on your eyes?
On my eyes, I do 2 minutes. That's all I've been doing.
Okay. And do you do it on, we have 1, 2, and 3. So which one did you use?
Number 2.
Number 2, right?
Softer, and it's gentler, and it's warm, not hot. But I must admit now I hold it a bit further back. It's at number 1, which is fast and hot, but not hot.
Yeah,
because I like to know that with MS as well, you have lesions in your brain. So my brain is full of lesions, old lesions, not new ones. So when I'm doing my eyes, I know because it goes 20 centimeters through your head, it's actually helping my lesions. So it's win-win, isn't it?
Yes.
Win-win everywhere. So that's my last major testimonial to share today. But I also use it in my life because I'm aware that my body has an aura and energy and thoughts. So I use it in my body area to help raise my frequency. That's so important that everyone has a happy frequency, not a low one.
Yeah. So because iTeraCare has basically, the device has helped you a lot. So now you're sharing with a lot of people, right? I saw on your Facebook, you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of, and you even blow for the better aura. Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah. So far as sharing
Yeah,
those, a lot of my friends, my Facebook, are friends for years. So see
yeah.
me go through cancer, MS, they know my journey, and they're so thankful that I'm alive. But the minute I started posting about the results I'm having, they all want one. And they're therapists, they're healers, they're ordinary people, they're mums, they're everyone wants one that knows me, because they know that I'm a walking miracle anyway. Before the one came, I survived my issues, but the one is helping me recover from all the damage done in the surgeries and everything else. Otherwise, I work with spiritual energy to paint pictures. I'm a kind of a healer person. That's what I love, my passion.
Yes.
And I just know that when I wave my wands around my head with positive intentions, and my
Yes.
thoughts are pure and productive, I can get my dowser out. I use a dowser, which is downstairs. I can see the energy change in my aura. I can do chakra balancing, which I'm sure a lot of people understand the chakras in the body. But
Yes.
the aura is so important, James, as you know, because
I know, yeah.
you become a magnet for the most amazing things in your life, the best health, the best relationships, the best business.
Well, you
And
mentioned you attended Bob Proctor, right? The law of attraction. So there you go.
yeah, Bob Proctor. I mean, I spent time with him, and well, he was here, passed away recently, sadly. But
I know. Yeah.
I
Vibration
was
is very
so
important. Yeah.
vibration, frequency, and
Yeah.
your focus, your intention.
Yeah.
You have to have those intentions
Yeah.
to magnify the power of the wand and the
Sure.
power of you.
Absolutely. I mean, if you want someone with love, it will work
Yeah,
much better. You know what I mean? Because the energy is a good one, right? So
that's an amazing idea.
yeah,
Especially people that are, very suffering with anxiety and depression and very low in moods. If you can wand them and use
absolutely.
the intention of love and forgiveness and self-love,
Yep.
self-love is so important,
Yeah.
then whoa,
Yo.
amazing.
There you go. Anyway, Annette, yeah, wow, it's about 30 minutes already. We've been
Oh,
chit-chatting. So, well, thank you so much for coming forward and being on this live stream to share your story. In fact, it's really inspiring to a lot of people, a lot of our viewers, and I'm sure even after the live stream, they will probably share, the
I
recorded
hope so.
version. And so I really hope that you will. It is ongoing journey for you, but things are getting better. And you have three wonderful children who are all adults now. And
Yeah.
did you mention you're already a grandmother?
I haven't yet. I'm a grandma. Yeah, I've got two daughters have babies. So
I
my
know.
eldest child is 4. So I'm very busy with babies here.
That's wonderful. So thank you so much, and all the very best for you in your life, and also in helping others, in helping humanity. I think that's what you enjoy best, right? So thank you, and well, one of these days, who knows? I could be in UK, and yeah, we'll meet one another. All right. So take care, and
Thank
have
you.
have a wonderful day. All right. So there you go, guys. I mean, you've heard the wonderful story of Miss Annette O'Donnell. And when I first picked it up, I was totally moved by her story and how genuine a person, and also the desire to fight what she went through. So I hope that has inspired a lot of you. So from health testimonial from Miss Annette, we are now going to switch to another interesting person in my life whom I know. But before that, I'm going to play a very short clip of an event in Bangkok, Thailand. So I hope you enjoyed this short video of Bangkok, Thailand. All right, let me just play it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. So yes, we are going to have an office in Bangkok very soon. I believe they are renovating it at the moment. And one of the leaders that you saw there is our recorded version of his story. He's Mr. Eddy Tan, whom I have known for quite some time. And Mr. Eddy Tan is indeed a very inspiring leader. He's also one of the most successful leaders in Asia. All right, for those of you who may know him, Mr. Eddy Tan. And yeah, today I'm just going to play, a recorded interview. And those of you who are still not sure about this industry, please listen to Mr. Eddy Tan. All right, and I'm sure you will be amazed with his true to life story. All right, so here we go.
When I was around 23, I was, doing medical rep at that time. I was seeing doctors and so on. And it happened that that particular doctor one day asked me, am I free to attend a meeting? I was just wondering one meeting. All my interests were actually want to know him better. So I said, okay, I'm free. And I was brought to a MBA meeting, And the first time I saw what I see, at that time I was very interested because basically I like to make money. Right, that's one thing. And second thing, I knew I have a problem because at 19 years old, when my father died, he left me with 5 brothers and 2 sisters. I was the eldest at that time, so I had no choice. I had to stop studying and I came out to work. And by accident, that job required me to go for medical checkup, and they found that my kidney already got problem at such a young age. And then I was asked to go to do medical checkup every 6 months, and I realized that every year my kidney was deteriorating by 5 to 10%. And I was a little bit worried because I knew my kidney someday is going to totally collapse, and I may need to go for a transplant or whatever. And when I saw this opportunity, there's one way I could speed up my, to earn extra money so that in case one day when I have to face this problem of my kidney failure, then that money will come in handy. So that's why I was kind of a little bit desperate at that time. So then when I was doing this business at that time, and I was, put it this way, I was quite good at my sales, so I was promoted very quickly. At 25, I was promoted as sales manager. And because I was promoted as sales manager, I get excited with my job. So my focus on the direct selling, the Amway, was kind of a low key. So I just maintained my organization. So I was concentrating more on my job. And then when I was around 30 years old, it was very bad. My kidney was almost collapsing. And by the age of 31, my kidney was gone, and I was kind of desperate. I was kind of desperate at the time. And by 30 years old, I left my job already. I left my job because I tried to go into business to try to earn more money, but my business collapsed. But luckily, so I went back to Amway. I went back to do my direct selling. And as you know, at that time, to make a couple of $1,000 is a big thing, but that's not enough for me. So when I was in my hospital bed, I was looking up the ceiling and asked myself, what happened to me? Because I'm working so hard, but I'm not making the money that I'm supposed to make. And even I owe the hospital money because I don't have money to even enough for the operation, and that's what I go through. It was a tremendous period for me at that time. So anyway, you see, that's the difference, all right? Compared to those days I was suffering to what I am today, why I succeeded? Very simple. Because the difference between a successful people and not successful is that, take for example, when I was in difficulty, I saw an opportunity, but this opportunity requires you to have a certain amount of money to get in. So I have two choices to choose. It is either I walk away from it, all right, or I find a way to find the money and get in. At least I got hope. But if I walk away from it, I got no hope. See, that's different. A lot of people, when they don't have the money, all right, they have a financial problem. Then when they look at this, there's opportunity. They shake their head, they say, I don't have the money to do it. So in other words, you see what's the problem? What is MLM all about? It's to solve people's money problem, right? So if you don't have money, that's not a problem. But if you don't do something to solve the no money problem, that's become a problem. Because it's going to be there. That financial problem will never be solved because you never do anything. So what are you waiting for? You're waiting for money to drop? No. So what I did was that, I started thinking, where could I get the money? And I honestly speaking, I borrowed the money. Because, you see, I'm not afraid of opportunity. I'm afraid that there's no opportunity. I can try 10 times. All right, I'm not saying that, people to go and borrow. What I'm trying to say that, you have to decide to stay as what you are, what you are, or fight for it. Nobody's going to give a hand to you. So I called up many people, and I managed to borrow the money. I went in. You see, I can borrow 10 times. All I need to do is one time I succeed. I can pay that all the 9 times, and then, I have a brighter future, my children have a brighter future, and that is the difference between why some people are successful, some are not. So, for anybody who wants to succeed in network marketing, actually, if you understand, you won't fail. And one of the biggest problems after so many years that I watched, why do people fail? Actually, you can't fail. There's no reason you can fail. The only reason that you can fail that is you cannot control it unless you choose the wrong company. Why? Because you succeed, but the company fail you because either management problem, they don't handle it properly, product problem, 101 reason, it's beyond your control. But if you found the correct company, all right, and you succeed in it, then you go a long way. So I would say almost 90% of MLM members today, they fail is because they still do not know what is considered a right company. And that is very sad. Okay. Like for example, many people look at the product, they like the product, oh, I like the product, and they jump in. But do you know, for an MLM company to succeed, it does not only look at a single thing, it takes everything around it. From the management side to the potential of it, to the marketing plan, all this contribute a complete, all right, complete what you call in order for you to succeed the company, not just a product. Because there are plenty of product. Every month there are new product. Every company they open, they have a good product. But how many of them really survive? And like I say, Prife has one thing fantastic over here. Is that, it's not easy for me because I've spent so many years in the industry. After 40 years, 20 years as leader, another 20 years as the management, from CEO right to regional director. It's not because, frankly speaking, I prefer to be distributed, I like to be free. But very often I've been invited to be on the board is because, you see, most of them don't know how to run it. You see, networking is a very easy business to start, but it's very difficult to control. Example, if you run your own company, all right, the staff, how much you pay, how much things you want to import, all this, you control everything. But in network marketing, something you cannot control is the people. If you don't have experience, it's impossible to control the thousands and thousands of leaders up there, all right? So how do you handle them? So it's a people business, and people business is most difficult to handle. That's why a lot of companies, I would say 95% of them, all right, will not survive in 6 years. Okay, 70% will not last even 2 years. So I just came out of retirement, and because at 14 years, I've been mostly the health food side, so I already said, consider one of the successful one in the networking industry. But recently, my ex-partner, Dr. Steven, whom I know him since 35 years ago, and he had been asking me all the time, I rejected a few times because I don't need it anymore. But as an old friend, I paid a visit, and the minute I saw iTeraCare, this is something that I knew instantly because, when you have enough experience, you can straight tell before even you do it, whether can or cannot be successful is already foregone conclusion. That's the difference between experience and non-experience. And when I look at it, if this product can claim what it say, it definitely will explode. It will definitely explode. Then I was watching I spent about a month watching because it's not easy for me to just join a company because I look at the board, who are the people, and I look at the product, I look at all this, then only I make my decision. And of course, all the board here, the directors here, the owner here, I know them. They're all 20, 30 old years of experience. So this is the most important in the network market. I don't care how good is the product. But if you have a management who have no experience, and you're trying to pretend you got experience to do this, you're bound to fail. Because you can never understand that you think you understand. You cannot, not in network marketing. But these people have 20, 30 experience. So, and when I talk to them, we talk on the same wavelength. So we understand each other and they don't know how to do it. And the most important, this is one product in the last 50 years I've never seen. Because all the while I was doing health food for health and so on and so forth. And you just keep eating and keep eating, you only eat more. That is one. Why this product is going to immensely explode the market anywhere it goes, it will succeed in because you don't need to eat anything. That's what people like. And on top of that, it can solve so many problems in your body, only one, which you don't even eat anymore. All right, it's working on the terahertz. And this terahertz is a frequency that goes into all your cells. And let's face it, your whole body is all made of cells. It's just a question of different cells. And this terahertz does not care what cells you are, they all work on the same frequency. So therefore, if your cells is weak, all you need to do is give energy. So the terahertz is not there to kill it, to cure you. The terahertz is going there to give energy to that cell with the same frequency. One, you get the same frequency, they wake up, they revive, they become active, then they reproduce. Then your whole body, can imagine all the organs, it revive, become active. Imagine how your body is going to behave. You see? So that is, if you understand this part, I can tell you this. Imagine the potential of the future of this device. In other words, the frequency is treating, the future of treatment is through frequency, is no longer through medicine. Like now, for example, every little thing, pimples, when they try to put a cream, headache, you can take Panadol. So every little thing also, you want to take medicine. So how much your body can take? Can you imagine now you don't have to take all this anymore? All you need is just grow the terahertz and it revive and wake up all your cells. The old people, for example, why some people take vitamins and some nutrition, why some people have effect, some people have no effect? Very simple. You take an old person who is weak, for example, you have the best food, he or she don't eat because she's so weak, she don't feel like eating, got no appetite. Same thing like the cells. If you are old, the cells are so old, the cells are so old, whatever vitamins you eat, the person's not going to get it because the cells are not eating. So what do? You blow the terahertz, wake them up, revive them. And once they have the energy, the cells all wake up, they have energy, they're hungry, they feel like eating. Then what happens? All the repairs start to take place. You blow the spinal cord, more stem cells gets out. And all the stem cells will start to grow to all the organs, all parts of your body. All right, if they go to your kidney problem, you go to your kidney there, and what happens? Become a kidney cells, you go to your heart, become a heart cell. That's why today, why people wait for stem cell. Only today you have a blower that could blow out stem cell, and it's your own cell. It is iTeraCare. It is so fantastic. And it's a joy when it's not only money right now. When you start to go around and you start the people recovering for it. For example, I know personally, a lady that take 8 sleeping pills a day. 11 years ago, she only take half a sleeping pill. And today she needs to take 8 a day. The tongue is a bit hardened, her handshake if she don't take. Do you know when she go blow with this terahertz, the first day only 20 minutes? She sleep like a baby. Since then, she don't even take one tablet anymore. Now, when you save somebody like that, how do you feel? I tell you, this product is like God sent it. I tell you this. This hers is like God sent hers, I'm telling you this. So it's amazing. So in future, a lot of people got any problem, the first thing, I did this in my own opinion, nothing to do with the company. The first thing they will try the herbs first. Cannot, then only go to see a doctor. No need to simply go and buy medicine and try, painkiller, this, no need. Try that first. Right? So, well, if you got a chance, I'd like to share with you more, and there's so much I can share. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And it's pretty amazing. We have a wonderful testimonial from Miss, as you saw from our wonderful guest, right? And also right now, you have also heard the wonderful testimonial sharing of Mr. Eddy Tan, of how he helped someone, with the iTeraCare, and how good he felt when it was recorded at the time. And thanks to Eddy that I'm here, because he's the one who called me up when he got to know about this and came out of retirement. And I was one of the first few guys that he contacted. So yeah, otherwise you will not be watching this live stream today. So do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow our Facebook and Twitter, and share the video, right, of today's live stream, and spread this so that more people will be able to benefit from our wonderful iTeraCare device. So thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.
Medical disclaimers. iTera Classic and iTera Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.